The Purple Pedalway is the longest of the pedalways in Norwich. It forms a circle around the outside of the city. The fifth and final section takes us from Middletons Lane back to the hospital on Colney Lane where the journey started. Okay, one puncture later. Part 4 of the journey around the Purple Pedalway ended with me getting a puncture as I tried to join the cycle track on Middletons Lane. What happened was I hit the curb really hard as I tried to join the cycle track, and the curbstone was not flush with the road, and the result was a puncture in the front tyre. After a delay of about 15 or 20 minutes, we're back on the road, or at least back on the cycle track, heading towards Helsden. Middletons Lane is a very busy, quite fast road, so it's good that there's a cycle track down here, but it's really not up to standard. It's the old style of semi-segregated cycle track where cycles are supposed to stick to one side of a white line and pedestrians on the other. Not that many people seem to understand this, but it's very narrow, the surface is terrible, and because there is no cycle track on the other side of the road, it's a fair bet that this track will have to cope with two-way cycle traffic. The last crossing of a side road we went across was pretty bad, where cyclists are expected to give way to traffic on the side road. The next crossing that we're about to come to, though, is considerably worse. This is how not to design the crossing of a cycleway and a side road. Note the random give way. And what did I say about two-way cycle traffic? As a minimum, this needs resurfacing, but it needs something else. Even today, Middletons Lane is quite busy. Normally it's very, very busy. It just carries too much traffic for the kind of road that it is. This is clearly a residential street. Perhaps it should be closed to through traffic. This is clearly a very old cycle track, and it was probably built to serve the Helsden High School, which is just down here on the left. But is this really a suitable cycle track for children to use to get to school? And then, just outside the school gate, the cycle track finishes with just the end written across the cycle track, which I didn't notice. And Roy is now telling me about.
This is still a cycle track, isn't it? Oh. Okay, I'll get off here.
So okay, I'll get off the footpath and get back onto the road. We're now approaching Drayton High Road, which is a main road, very busy, and there is absolutely no kind of cycle crossing or cycle infrastructure here at all. Which is strange because just to the left, heading down Drayton High Road, is a half-decent cycle track. Shared use, of course, but nonetheless it's there and it just finishes on the corner. But we go straight ahead into Hospital Lane. It's got a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit on it and a hill, so going this way is always going to be easier because you've got the chance of going at a reasonable speed. Coming the other way is a long uphill slog with really heavy traffic thundering past you. It wouldn't be a very pleasant ride. Although a lot of people do ride this way, something, as they say, needs to be done. And yes, this country lane up to this point is a 40 limit, although now we enter a 30. Middletons Lane is the only through route from Drayton High Road through to the A140 Cromer Road, and so a lot of through traffic uses it, as well as all the traffic for the suburbs. Hospital Lane, together with Low Road ahead of us, is a shortcut through to Helston and the A47 Dereham Road, so unsurprisingly it also gets a lot of traffic.
Where do we go right then?
It's quite a way.
Okay.
It is just worth mentioning again that we did this run in July 2021 on a Sunday when traffic levels were very, very low. Honestly, this road is nothing like this normally. Yeah, sure, 30 limit. And now we take a right, which is actually a bit of a detour, but it's worth it normally to get you off this terrible road. And the detour takes us down to Helston Mill, which is a very beautiful area. But of course there's no safe way to turn right across that busy road at either end of this detour.
Yeah. Oh, is this the mill? Ah.
And for a while we ride along a nice empty country lane before rejoining the main road, which is now called Helston Road. If only traffic levels were like this normally. And ahead we have a single track bridge over the river. This actually would make a good location for a point closure of this road. And once over the bridge we join National Cycle Route 1, or the Red Pedalway if you like, along Marriott's Way. This is a new section which is only about a year old at the time of filming, and the surface down here is beautifully smooth. And then we get to Gunton Lane. National Cycle Route 1 continues straight on along Marriott's Way and heads towards Aylsham, and we turn left, head down to Gunton Lane, and at this point there is no surface at all really, it's just mud, and it gets very wet and very horrible down here. Apparently this short section is privately owned and the council can't do anything with it. Yeah. Onto Oval Road and more suburbs, and indeed more bungalows. But we're on nice quiet streets again, and this next section is quite enjoyable if you like suburbs. And then the camera mount got a little bit knocked, so we're looking at the road for a short while. Bear with it, I do sort it out. It's another one of those long climbs out of a valley. Not really steep, it just goes on for a little while. And this is quite neat, a residential roundabout with the cycle track through the middle. But then we have to join another normally very busy road, which is Norwich Road, as we head up towards the Dereham Road. And at Dereham Road we actually go straight across and up an alleyway which runs between the 1950s council estate of West Dereham and the 1970s estate of Bowthorpe. All was going lovely until we come to this. Why have they put a gate across the cycleway?
What is the point of this? Oh yeah, that's the bus.
It goes around green a little bit.
Yeah, no, I actually want to go
Straight
over
down.
there,
Yeah.
but I don't think you can get to it from the busway.
No.
So anyway, we get through it and then we realised that was the end of the cycle track really, and we should have joined the road there. Not that there was anything to tell us to do that, but well, there you go. So after a bit of discussion we carried on and rejoined the road. And this is the Bowthorpe bus gate, and we actually want to get onto the old Earlham Green Lane, which is just ahead of us and to the left.
Yeah, yeah,
Again, no signpost to tell us where to go.
that's better.
But when we get there, we join the green pedalway coming from the city and heading out to Bowthorpe Centre.
This used to be a continuous path, and now it appears to
Yes.
be turned into a car park.
Yes.
This used to be a really good, easy to follow, continuous cycle track through to Bowthorpe Centre. But now there's some kind of building on the left and we get diverted through a car park with no directions of where to go. And actually after the car park we have to turn left. We leave the green pedalway at this point as it carries on down to Bowthorpe. This is Saxon Coat Avenue. But is there a cycle track? No, we should have got on the road. This is Saxon Coat Avenue, brand new road as you can see, across what was open countryside and will very soon be more suburbia. They're building a new road, which is obviously going to carry quite a lot of traffic. Why haven't they built a cycle track? In fact, they haven't even built a pavement along here. But I suppose it's more important to cater for cars than people. There is at least traffic calming. Indeed, Saxon Coat Avenue is going to form an important connection between the Bowthorpe estate and the Watton Road. So, yes, it is going to be an important through route with a lot of traffic. This needs a cycle path and footpath. So left onto Dereham Way, and when I was editing this, I noticed another hidden cycle track on the other side of the road, which is probably why they didn't provide a cycle track on the left here, but it's no good if we don't know about it. If we'd have known it was there, we would have used it. For a long time, Tollgate Way didn't exist, and the only way into and out of the whole of Bowthorpe was from the Dereham Road. But now this connects across the river into the old village of Colney, with quite a decent cycle track. Shared use pavement, yeah. So we take a right onto the old Watton Road and ride through the old village of Colney. Short way down a nice little bit of country road, and then we take a left. We cross the very much busier Watton Road. And once across Watton Road, we're onto Colney Lane and heading towards the hospital. Here we have to cross one of the entrances to the science park, and it's quite a long wait for this traffic light. But anyway, we get across and we're into the final section. We pick up the pink pedalway, which has just come from the city. And then we've done the complete circuit. We're back to where we started, by the Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital.
And there you go.
Marvellous.
Purple Pedalway.